table.
That's like angled. So you need to find something to go behind it. Something like that. Like that.
Everything we put on it's like really smooth. It's too slippery.
But like, what is wrong with the lighting on this? It's so overexposed. Oh, that's
it's alright, it'll do it, it's just fine. Yeah, man, do it.
What is up, Jamie?
Just don't knock the table because it's gonna slide.
It's too. Maybe then, if you worry about that, we can bring it down one. Get rid of one of the. Let's get rid of one of these.
No, I'm worried it's gonna slide beneath. Yeah, like that. Yeah,
that's better. Yeah.
Just don't let it boom. Like
what is up, Jessica? Can you guys hear us? What is going on? Trinity Young is in the house. You just need to look over here. You don't need to focus on that, yeah?
No, I need to share this first.
Yeah. But you can see it from over here.
I can see it from here. I can see my own monitor.
But it's the lane shit. What is up, Andreas? What is up, Gabby? What? I don't know what is wrong with my PC. It seems to beast on every I don't even know what is going on. What is up, guys? What is up, Joseph? Where are you going on holiday, mate? Take 2. What is up, Alex? Neo Dragon in the house. Jacqueline. Yo. Yeah, it's working now because we're using Chocks' phone. So we're streaming through the mobile, not through my PC.
Yeah, this phone ain't.
What's up, Jeffrey?
This phone ain't gonna
What's up,
be
Chris?
sod.
Mr. Talon in the house. What's up, Thomas? What's up with King? King is being packed up at the moment. What is up, Stephen? You can't hear. Guys, can you hear us? What is up, Howard?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us? What? Can you hear us? What is up, Maria? What is up, Stephanie? Joseph can hear. I said, Joseph, where are you off on holiday, mate? What is up, Joey? Yo.
Of course you can hear.
Sav's in the house. I'm glad you decided to wake up today and join us. Got Mark Johnston.
How many viewers did we just lost?
Uncle Scaps.
Is everyone back?
We are now with 62 people.
Guys.
What's up, Jamil? Take it easy, Jacqueline. Thanks for joining us. Have a good day at work. What is up, Eric? Yo, Uncle Sav. Sav Cantor's in the house. James Bennington. What is up, Giovanni? Hey, Chandler. Yeah, we're back in the house. We're not gonna crash anymore.
You're trying that already?
Well, no one was ready for the screen grab. No one was ready for the for that.
They just rewatched.
What's up, Jessica? Not if we don't post it, they can't. I don't know if anyone saw it.
Yeah, they'll be posted.
No one saw it. No one saw it. It was a figment of their imagination. What is up, John Doolittle?
Alright, this is all the Q&A.
Alright, cool.
The weekend thingy.
Cool.
Then we're gonna do that.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Skip that.
Oh she. Yeah.
Yeah.
James Bennington. I don't know what you're talking about. What is up, Lydia? Do you agree or disagree that Nintendo won E3 with the two Metroid release? Two Metroid. It came out of nowhere, so you've got to definitely give a shout out for that for sure.
There was no winners and no losers.
Jamie Beck says he sees all. Perhaps. James Bennington saw it. Hey Jessica, how's that Crash video coming along in the theatre?
Oh. Yeah.
Time that just before we actually do the launch, so we can on the launch day.
She's trying to learn how to do it herself.
What is up, Alan? Hey, Scabs, you might be at NYCC. You gotta come say yo. James Bennington's impressed with your Red Bull bottle.
Yeah, bottle version. It's more expensive. I might get less as well. Probably last time I
$330? No, that's more than normal.
Nah.
They're normally like 200 or something, aren't they?
Nah.
Really?
Yeah.
$330 is a Coke can.
Yeah.
What is up, Alexander? Matthew Goggins in the house.
Oh, Michael Bonner's. He bought the tickets the other day.
Oh, nice. Greg's in the house. Oh, sweet. Oh, because I'm seeing this appear much later than you are on yours.
Really?
So yeah, because it appears there first, then it appears here.
Well, it should appear yours first because you're direct.
No. The comments appear here later. Look, watch. So Brianna says hello. She said hello ages ago. Right. Finally got the sponsorship from Kevin. I finally made it. I think says Joshua. It's not here yet.
Okay.
So we've got Greg saying yo. Hopefully by next week. That's sweet for Jessica. Jason says nice. Hey to a Mr. Sichuan something Zheng. Finally made it, Joshua. But there seems to be more here.
Different, right?
Than is in there.
I'm watching it from the main page.
Yeah, not so much just playing some Sonic art. I just see Greg's saying some different things. Yeah, I think it's actually more going on here. There's more in this.
Not much just playing some Sonic art.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm down to one monitor.
Oh, you just need that for the questions.
Yeah, exactly. Alright guys, thanks very much for joining us. It has been, we've got a nice little number of people. If we get to 101 people watching the stream, there will be 3 lucky winners to win 500 reward points. At the moment, it is just going to be 2. Now, a week in review was full of B-sods, but apart from that, we're ready to kick it off?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, let's talk about some of the sneaks that we may or may not have put into the club this week.
I'll zoom it in.
Yeah, no, I can see it. That's cool. And let's kick it off. So, a bunch of different sneaks for Spyro. If you haven't had a chance to see that, make sure you check it out in the club. There have been... What have there been? There's been the chicken feet.
The chicken feet.
There's been the eye.
The eye. There's been the pole. There's the pole.
Oh, well, yeah, but just talking about sneak peeks first, and we'll go about... Oh, we're just... and the pole. Okay, all Spyro stuff, yeah. So, the eye, the leg... talked a bit about the gem colours.
Yeah, the gem
I'm not sure if that was last week or this week.
Pink, too much pink, not enough pink, too shiny, not enough shiny.
It's what we do on a daily basis, guys.
Yep. So that's Spyro.
Yep, Spyro. Yep. Then we ran a poll for Cinder and Ripto, which you didn't put in there.
Alright, okay, I couldn't find it because I just searched.
Bumpy.
Yeah,
okay. So Cinder from the Legend of Spyro series was
the Mohawk. The Mohawk.
And I did a Mohawk as well.
Mohawk. That's right, guys. Thanks.
Oh,
yeah, I was in the Mohawk.
Yeah, I was in the Mohawk as well. So, we ran a poll for Cinder for Legend from the Legend series, and we wanted to see about 400, 450 for us to think about actioning it. Unfortunately, most people were not too interested in that version, so we are probably going to shelve that for now unless we see. As we put out more Spyro stuff, of course, maybe more fans come in and they like it more as well. What is up, Siobhan? What is up, Nicole? Thanks for joining us. So, then we had we then ran one for Ripto because people were under the Cinder one. People were more interested in the classic, so we ran obviously Ripto's Rage, his version. So we said, would you be interested in that? And that was more yeses than nos, which is great. See if you can pick it up, pull it up. Maybe I can just find it. But it was certainly hadn't hit the numbers that I needed to hit, which is, of course, it needs to hit. So we got it's increased. We got 241 yeses to 66 nos. So that's interesting. Let's try and get that up to the 450 to action that. So maybe not now, but as we get more Spyro fans in the house when we launch the resin, and of course the crash will help bring more Spyro fans in as well. It should hopefully mean that there is more, that number goes up. So keep your eyes on that. We did a slight DS news. Slight DS news. I shout out to Sav Cantus and his Dangalangs. His his Facebook group. That's, if you haven't, go and check it out. If you're a Dark Souls fan, go check out Sav Cantus's Dangalang's group. You can go and join that. And I promised Sav, I've got a lot of love for him. Bearing in mind he took us to the 20K, so I've always got a soft spot for him in that regard. So I said that he could have a first dibs on a sneak. And we haven't had a sneak for a while, so I gave him the sneak of Orny's Spear. I gave it to him about 3 days ago.
1 or 2 people?
Cool, 102. Okay, so you're gonna have 3 people. Okay,
Yeah.
so I gave the Dangalangs the spear of Ornstein. So if you go and check, right now it's in our club. Obviously, it's now come in because Sav has actually posted in it. He figured he was only going to hold on to the love for about 2 or 3 days, and then he decided to share the love in our group. So much appreciated for that, Sav. And so if you're a fan of DS stuff, go and check out Sav's group, Dangalangs. I'm sure Sav will put that information in the club.
But of course, if you're joining our stream for the very first time today, make sure you join our Collectors Club as well on Facebook. Just go straight to the main page. At the top of the main page, you'll see the Join Group button. So if you join our group, then you can join Dangalangs.
Okay, right. Okay. There's clearly a step 1, then a step 2, right?
That's right. Step 1, join F4F.
But I would believe that all 97 people watching this are members of the group already.
Well, never know, but just in case.
Is there anybody on the stream who is not a member of the Collectors Club? Please let us know in the comments if you are not a member of the group. I would be absolutely surprised if there is.
Type in the word new member.
Yeah, type in the word new member.
New member in the message, so we know that you're a new member.
Or maybe, will you put new message, say new member if this is your first stream as well.
Yeah, okay.
What is up, Eddie? Yeah, I've been having PMs with Uncle Scaps talking about whether or not it's a good idea to leave resin statues or PVC statues in a 45-degree house.
Alright.
Yeah, that's kind of...
There you go, Franco.
Hey, Franco, thanks so much for joining us.
Make sure you join our Collectors Club.
Not a member, look, James, I've seen you all over the club. What are you even pretending? Brianna, better, that's a new name.
There you go.
Yeah, welcome, guys. Oh, hashtag old member. Yeah, so that was the Orny stuff. And talking about Dark Souls, I've been, despite going to Vegas and what have you, I've not actually been getting much from the licensor back recently until today. And from there, we got some information back.
David?
Hey, David, thanks for joining us. New member, much appreciated. So then just like in the UK, we have something that is called London buses, and what that means is you never get any buses coming for ages and ages, and then 5 of them come at once. So that's what we call London buses, and I'm sure there are variations of that wherever you're from. I don't know, New York taxis or whatever it may be. So I had nothing for quite a few months actually, despite sort of asking, and then this morning I got a bunch of stuff through, and that allowed for us to start opening up the gates, because Dark Souls fans will know that we've been quite quiet over that for the last few days, few weeks actually. So,
well, that's the
game we play.
That's a part of the production. A lot of times we have to wait for feedback, and sometimes that's how it goes. So.
That's the game we play, and we're as open as we can be. If and when we can, we always like to show and share the wealth. So what did we show today? We showed, obviously, so Sav obviously got himself some Orny sneaks for that. That's now in the club. But also then we showed that we have now had the confirmation of Solaire's sword. Now Solaire's sword, if you remember, it was the incorrect sword. It was painted the sort of correct colour, but it was incorrectly shaped. The Sunlight sword has now been changed and has been corrected, and I just posted that in the club, so you guys can go check that out. We will go to physical and we'll keep you posted on that, because then obviously once Sif starts going out of production, we need to start getting to Sunbro. So that is what we were to do with that.
There's been plenty of videos of Sif as well over these last few days. We've seen we've been testing out we gave Sif a nice clean bath, right? Dipping him in some chemicals, making sure he's all cleaned up and ready for painting.
Yep.
We make sure the joints, leg joints, or they'll be filled in or smoothed out. Been combing his hair.
Hey Ivan, why not? Let's show you later on this afternoon. Let's show you later on.
What?
If you're not paying attention, mate, you snooze, you lose. He wants to see.
See what?
Guts' sword.
Guts' sword.
Yeah.
Alright.
Today, it's a Friday. Let's try and show some stuff, even if it's, let's show. So we're going to show you Guts' sword later on in the stream, so you guys can see.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other things that you would have seen from the Sith videos is the fact that, as we've shown you earlier in earlier weeks, that the legs are separate and you have to connect them in. And once you connect them in, you have to, I showed a video of it, putting the epoxy in there to put it together, and then after it's been put in there, you then got to sort of recreate the details of the fur texture before it becomes one solid piece. And that's what I showed today. So as you guys know, why are these so expensive? Why are these not $10, $20 that you can buy it in Walmart? That's for the guys who don't know about this industry, and it's also, I think, a lot of actual people who actually do collect. Not many other I don't think a lot of other companies sort of do what we do in the sense of like show you sort of bit by bit, piece by. Maybe what they'll show you is them all on the table, right? And we do that as well. But we're talking about the different parts of the processes, casting it, cleaning it, adding it, and you're seeing so many different parts of the process. It should show you just how much it is so hands-on. So when we talk about it being hand-painted, handmade, we're not lying. Cool. So that was sort of DS news. So Nightmare, we had some videos of that painting the swords. These more production videos of that. So so that's been going on. We have for Saitama, just for your reference, we had actually finished making the production quite a while ago, but there was some back and forth with the licensor in terms of packaging. And the packaging, after about 3 weeks, is now being finally approved. So that means that we can actually now go to print with the packaging and then actually get that wrapped up. So I believe that we can have that finished. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks for the packaging to be printed, and then another week for it to be all packed up. So that is actually, unfortunately, and I got to work with the team to make sure that we coordinate that better so that the packaging is done before we get to that stage with production. Never should packaging be the one to delay production. It happened here. That's on me. Let's try and improve that. So Brianna says she likes seeing the production videos. That's awesome. I'm glad that's inspirational for you. Okay, so talking about Crash. So this week I've been working with my team on finalizing the Aku Aku mask, and I've been quite particular about having a vision. And it's kind of hard to, I'm not artistic. I'm not artistic in any sort of way. But what I do know is what's in my head, and what I try to do is give that information to the 2D concept artist, who then gives it to the 3D artist, and that's quite challenging. Sometimes it's quite easy. Sometimes I take references from games, and I go, okay, we want it like this is the plan, we'll do this, make a base based on this idea, and it gets done, and generally it's okay, and I'll tweak it. When it comes to something like the life-size mask of the Aku Aku, that is much, much more about being perfect with the concepts. And what I mean by that is, you can't just stick the mask on the base. You have to be really clear about how you make the proportions of the mask against the base. You don't want the base to overpower the mask. You don't want the mask to overpower the base. And you want to add some extra stuff in there as well. Now, absolutely are not going to go with the original idea, which was the Wumpa, like a tower of Wumpa fruits. It didn't make any sense, despite that winning that poll back in the day. Instead, we're going for something that is much more, which is much better. Which take an executive decision to go with him actually busting out of the Aku Aku mask crate. But it's not done in a way that is a simple box and you stick it on the top that would look naff as hell. So that was the point of how to get that concept, because how do I explain that to someone? Okay, yeah, make him busting out of the Aku Aku mask box, but how do you do it while keeping the composition so the base doesn't overtake the size of the mask and all that sort of good stuff. So that was something that I've been working on really quite a lot this week, and we would have shown you the grey makeup of the mask, and then would have shown you just now some of the colours of that. But the mask is the mask. The mask was straightforward. We nailed that pretty quickly. That wasn't difficult. It was the overall composition. So when you put it there, it looks stunning. And we're almost there. Spyro, by the way, just jumping to that, I just received the final painted pictures from our painting studio, and it's looking sweet, guys. I'm now gonna submit that to Activision. Hopefully they'll agree. It looks like it just walked off the cover. Looks good. What do you think, Chocks?
Yeah, you know my opinion. You know my opinion.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. So, do you know what?
It'll be fine. Don't worry, guys. It'll be fine.
Do you know what? I've been looking at this
What?
the whole time, and I should be looking over
Yeah.
there. Let me move this out of the way. The whole time I've been looking at the wrong bloody camera. Alex says, "Nice to hear the word naff."
Naff, yeah.
Hey, British man. Okay, so
Hey Devin, yes, you can still pre-order the Sonic 2055 PayPal. We haven't got the full structure up on the website, so you have to send an email through the contact us form.
yeah,
on
go to
the
the
website.
contact form rather than a general email.
And
You
just-
just select as a
Yeah.
PayPal payment.
PayPal payment and
Request.
just request which version you want, and then
You see what
What?
Travis Greenson? He's going to set up a Langadangs.
right again. Well, that's all right. That's all right.
Okay, and then we would have done a couple other sneaks. What did we sneak? We sneaked Shake a Slate. Now that is looking nice. I was a little bit concerned originally, maybe you were as well,
Mhm.
when we started doing this project to think about, because we started working on this project before the game came out, then seeing how important that the slate is in the game,
Yeah.
then seeing
Way before the game came out.
Yeah, and then-
way before like the PVC link.
sure.
Yeah.
So working on that, I was a little bit concerned, but then seeing how important it is in the game,
Mhm.
then seeing it materialize into the size and the shape and what we plan to do with it in
Mhm.
terms of the sort of F4F magic
Yeah.
is,
It's gonna be really cool.
yeah, and I was a bit concerned it wasn't going to be, but I'm actually happy with how it's, very, very happy how it's coming along.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the slate, it's too early to say
Yeah.
right now,
Too early to say.
Mark, for what the price is
Yeah.
going to be.
So just to clarify, so the crash we were talking about just earlier on was the mask, the life-size mask, the replica mask. So it's kind of like in a similar line to the Majora's Mask. And then obviously you guys know that we published the video last Friday with the whole PVC Crash Bandicoot that's going to come out, and you know, pre-order is going to be soon on the 27th of June. And then throughout the week, Alex has been posting lots of production videos of the actual painting, you know, parts, you know, the legs, the face, pictures of the hands. All these information are in the Collectors Club as well. Just search for Crash, and there's plenty of information about Crash, the PVC
one.
Yeah. For those guys who's just joining now, yes, we are making a resin Crash as well. That will be based on the classic version, same as classic Spyro. So there's two classic resin characters, Spyro and Crash, and then upcoming in this month, in 2 weeks' time, that will be the PC version of Crash. Yep.
But
And,
PC,
PVC version.
insane, indeed, yeah.
Yeah, the insane version.
Isn't, yeah, not 2 weeks, man. It's like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The game is in 2 weeks, so
Yeah.
it's just under
Yeah.
2 weeks.
So
Yeah.
next week is preview Friday for Crash.
Yeah, next Friday,
PVC,
preview
yeah.
Friday. So the 23rd is the preview Friday. So make sure you come in. We've already mentioned the pricing.
Yeah. So the price for the exclusive version is $89.99, and we just had a quick look at the shipping on that, and we're looking around about $15 within a continental US and about 20 to Europe, something like that. And you know, when we do the documentary, you see the premium packaging. I think it's going to make a huge difference, especially if you want that piece to go up in value. I think that will really do that. And
these are going to be very much similar to. It's just a similar setup, similar to the resin stuff, where this is it's a new line, so you're going to get new low numbers.
haven't started the Q&A yet, Ryan.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely come in this upcoming preview Friday. To catch up on all the information with regards to Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll have all the documentary videos and all that stuff ready by then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the price that for the regular is between sort of 63, 65, like 60 to 70.
I mean, you guys tell us. I mean, I've seen a lot of people been posting links where they can pre-order the regular version of Crash already.
Yeah.
In some parts of the world. And I've seen a lot of people asking, what about
What is
US?
that, Danny?
What about Australia and all that? Don't worry, Jeff, he's working out all these
Australia is okay.
Yeah.
They got theirs up.
Yeah.
But
we haven't posted that yet. We haven't updated the website. So Jeff is still going through all these small details. Once we clarify who's the distributor and all that stuff, we'll post that information on the website as well, because we have the link. There's actually a countdown timer on the website for this upcoming PVC Crash.
yeah.
So bookmark that web page, and then when we go live, then we go live all together.
Right.
Yeah.
Soren, the answer is the website's not set up to be able to do it more than to do combined shipping on that. But if you do order more than one,
actually, honestly, guys, we made this shipping really low for the exclusive version. We actually
we subsidise it.
Yeah, we subsidised this one, so because we did consider the overall cost, but this piece, the double boxing, is quite heavy, and you know, $15 for shipping is definitely, personally, I think it's value for money.
Just to go back to Soren's question, because they are all individually boxed, it's not like we can open, and they're going to be specifically made boxes for the Crash thing. You don't get any benefit because they're not opening it up and putting two in one box. They're all separate boxes, so there won't be any. So yes, okay. So yeah, you know, actually saying that there's a PVC in Australia, but as I said, for those are just the regulars. Hopefully, you guys will support us and also buy the exclusive from us. Okay, so moving on to yeah. So we had this is very good, mate. Very good.
I don't like it.
No, I mean, this is very good that you're writing these out.
You know what? I have to like keep track of what the hell you're posting in the club.
Yeah, it's good.
Damn, did he or not?
So this Thursday.
Oh yeah, payment plans as well. Yeah, guys. Thanks, Sav. Yeah, so a lot of people, like, every time we release a resin launch, we always we never take full payment. It's always an NRD. NRD means non-refundable deposit, and it's always going to be a low NRD, and it's usually 10% of the SRP price. So if the item is $200, then we only take $20 NRD. With this one, because with the PVC Crash, because it's $89.99,
it would have been, under that scenario, it would have been $9.
It would have been, yeah. So in fact, we were going back and forth whether we should just forget the NRD for this one, because this one, back of our minds, we were thinking this item was pretty low, so less than $100. We thought, okay, guys, you'll be fine with paying this in one go. But we thought, let's apply the same principle across the PVC and actually offer you guys an NRD. But you know, we were thinking, let's not have like 4 months or 7 month payment plan, because that's going to be a pain in the ass for Brendan and Phil. So we thought, hey, just increase the NRD a little bit higher, so maybe around $40 or something like that, $30 to $40, and then when shipment comes, hopefully targeting around August time or thereabouts, and then you pay the final payment.
It's pretty much a two-part plan.
Yeah.
And you guys need to if that's something that's interesting to you and that you appreciate, that you need to shout out to Sav, who suggested it to me, and so Sav Cantus helping out the Crash community there.
So so hopefully that plan is quite good for you guys. So you know, it's
becomes hopefully more of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had Sunrise in the house on Wednesday. That is Sunrise, who is of Japan Animation House fame, and they are our licensors for Cowboy Bebop, and they do many other sort of mecha stuff, such as Gundam is what they're most famous for, but they're also for other things as well. And one of the other ones, they had told us that one of the more popular things that was in the West was something called Escaflowne. So I ran a poll on that to see whether or not that was something that you guys were interested in. Do we get a number for that? Let's see how that was.
Started off slow.
Thanks for the. Why is my? I haven't decided. Nicole's giving us a shout out there. Let me see.
All right. Yeah, Nicole.
What's it? What is it? Escaflowne. And we have more yeses than no. So it's a mini TT. It's 146 yeses to 106 no. So in TT terms, that's doing, you know, better than no. But it's not the sort of high numbers that we want to sort of see. 400, 500 before we start looking at doing that. Yeah. But and I told this to Sunrise when I was there. I explained that we are at ground zero when it comes to anime. People in the club, maybe 10 to 20% are are anime fans, whereas 100% of you guys are video game fans, right? Making that assumption. So at the moment we're at ground zero. In, let's say, through the back end of this year into 2018 for another year, in about 18 months' time, I fully expect a lot of guys who are anime fans and not video game fans to be coming into the club. So when they see things like Escaflowne, maybe that appeals to them, I expect them to put that up over the numbers. once we see that start to push up to the 4, so these are TTs that never die, and it's an indication of the type of mindset of our individual sort of member. Because as I said, majority of these, and that's why, look, it's more yeses than nos, right, Chocks?
Yeah.
But because it's not a video game, not actually that many people are actually voting in total. 250 people, it's nothing compared to the overall. So I fully expect more and more people to come in for that as we get more known for doing anime merchandise. Okay. Cool. Chocks?
What?
You can go break the next one, yeah.
Alright guys, when did you post that?
I think it would be Wednesday as well.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, yeah, so a couple of days ago then. Guys, so this year, 2017, NYCC,
what is up, guys? Make sure you come and check us out if you're coming over there. We're going to have a double booth, apparently in a good location. Don't know too much just yet, and we'll see. We're looking forward to seeing how that goes. Hopefully you guys who are going will, hopefully there are a bunch of you guys who are going and will come and say hi to us.
I mean, definitely we've got a lot of things to work out. I mean, what's going to happen over there, how we're going to proceed this, what's going to happen back here in the office. A lot of things to figure out. So,
of course.
Definitely something to look forward to.
What we sort of looked at NYCC, saw the number of people that were going. So the justification for NYCC was this. How many people go to NYCC? Okay, so it's 130, 140, 170,000 apparently, right? Now, if we make the assumption that actually the majority of those people that are going there are going to be comic book fans and film fans, and video game fans is going to be something like, I don't know, let's say 25% of that group like video games. Okay, well then that brings us to around about, what is that, I don't know, 30, 40,000 people out of that 170, right?
That's basically every single person from our collectors.
What is up, Gala? Yeah, right. So if you make that assumption, then, okay, well, look, this is, NYCC is apparently the biggest one in New York now, in America now, bigger than San Diego in terms of foot traffic. So we saw, well, let's see what happens when we go there. Then I said, okay, well, let's go to a specific, I spoke to Charles, we talked about going to a specific video game one. And we thought, well, E3, obviously, right? This year they opened it to public. But when I looked at the numbers and the fact that it's an industry event that's actually, if you look at it this year, was what, Monday to Thursday? Previews were on the Monday, then it's Tuesday to Thursday, right? I'm thinking, and then I looked at how many, so first of all, it's not the weekend. And they opened it to the public, and that's like 15,000 tickets. Yes, they sold instantly, but what the hell is 15,000? That's nothing. So I looked up what's the biggest video game conference in the world, and some crazy number out of Gamescom in Cologne of 340,000 people, all are video game fans. Are you sure? If that's the case, well, that's something we're definitely going to be looking into that in 2018. So if you have ever been to Gamescom, let us know. Let us know what you think about that. PAX East, no, the PAXs are definitely, the PAXs are definitely something that we've sort of looked into, but I don't know the numbers on those.
And it's always about the timing as well. We don't want to have something that's going to happen in July and then all of a sudden we go to somewhere in August. So we're kind of trying to space that timing out as well. So a lot to think about.
A lot of things to think about.
Right.
Okay, so
some of the items that came in the office. Yeah, so this week, we had, let's say, we had Guts in the office. We had a quick look at it because some of you guys will probably know that we're trying to hopefully get this out into AX. So if things go well, you guys that will turn up at AX will get the first look at the statue as well. So that's been quite interesting. And then
Joe Williams, Midna has been delayed because we are working on that Razzle Dazzle.
Right, and it's approaching that couple of months where a lot of things will be starting to be shipping out soon. So the stuff like King of Red Lines and Sith, etc., Tekken King, a lot of these products are starting to ship out soon, depending on the packaging wise and production wise and all that. But give or take July, August time. So
there's been a big delay because of Chinese New Year, and you're sort of getting through that now.
Yeah, and then So a lot of these things will be coming.
Hey Jason, sorry, 1 second. Jason's a new. I've never seen that name before.
Right.
Thanks so much for your suggestion for Abe's Odyssey. What you need to do is go into our club if you're not a member. Join the club. There is a TT, which is a Temptation Thursday poll, which is specifically to get people to vote on that character if you want to have that. Vote for Abe. Right now he needs a lot of help to get him to that numbers. But we need more people like you to vote for your favourite characters, so when we review it every 6 months to see if that's moved up, we can have some surprises. Sorry, Chocks.
Right. No, so as I was saying, a lot of these products are coming to the office from now and onwards. So we just received Tekken King sample, so hopefully we can do some nice unboxing videos for you guys to enjoy next week. Right? Yep. So hopefully King of Red Line sometime will arrive in the office as well next week as well. So hopefully once these come in, we'll do some unboxing videos for you as well. So lots of items are going to come in. So plenty of videos to look forward to.
Hey Angela, Okami PVC line. Now this is an example why Crash is really important to see how this does for us for the exclusive, because we want to see how many PVCs we can actually sell on our own website. Because we're going to have to make the assumption that most mass retailers, i.e. the Best Buys, the GameStops, these are people who will most likely not want to pick up Ami because they just saw that the game didn't do well and therefore assume that the merchandise wouldn't do well. So we have to see whether or not we have enough people in the club, enough people in our group to sell enough of the PVC to make it worth making it, to invest in the tool molds, the tools and all that sort of stuff. So Crash will be a great indicator to see the numbers off of that, and if we find that those numbers are strong and we extrapolate that information to Ami, then we will do it. If we find that the Crash numbers aren't strong, we will be put off from doing ones that we believe won't do well at retail. Does that make sense? So obviously the ones that will do well at retail, the Breath of the Wilds, they're no-brainers. Obviously we'll be doing those. But for those that want things like Ami, where it's most likely not going to get those retailer support, so we have to rely entirely on selling it direct. This will be absolutely key to see whether or not those types of projects are viable. So hopefully that answers your question. So we're focusing very much on the 27th of June. The moment that I see what happens with that, if I see it does well, I will start working on an Ami PVC.
So so as Alex was saying, so basically a lot of things are relying on the exclusive version online. So if the PVC Crash does really well online, perfect. It's one step closer to making more PVC and Okami, because we've seen the poll results for the Okami PVC, and a lot of people are interested, but we have to see the stats.
Hey Joshua, what do you mean? I talked to my GameStop about what? Can you just expand that comment? I didn't understand it. No. As in, no.
I need to. You just have to.
Oh, no, you can see on your thing. But no, what I mean is, no, I saw what he was asking. He was talking about.
Yeah,
it was.
scroll.
I know that. But what I mean is, I talked to my GameStop about what? I had no idea what I was talking about. Ami PVC or Crash. Best Buy, however, was like, yeah, man, right here. Not a bit more information that would be useful.
Yeah.
What is up, Brian? Thanks for joining us. Okay. Cool.
Right.
So Chocks.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So basically E3 all week. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Before the E3, we actually did the launches of Okami, the life-size bus, and immediately after that launch, we sent the prototype to Capcom to have that displayed at the E3 booth, and thankfully it was able to fit into the glass cabinet. So props to Capcom, and thanks to the guys that were actually at the E3 show taking photos of Okami. Pretty much all from the same angle. I don't know why, but thanks for sharing that in the Collectors Club, and much appreciate that. And obviously, unfortunately, there's a couple of scenarios where we actually wanted to send some pieces to the show as well, but obviously, business reasons, the items were not able to be shown on the show floor. But hopefully next year, if we can have the same chance. If we can get more products out on the E3 show floor, then we
I think that's something. Yeah.
Definitely. Both parties are really interested in doing that for next year as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so edition size numbers, that's on me. I didn't do them this week. I do apologise for that. We have these things to get through, and that is Solaire, Praise the Sun Edition, Jolly Combo exclusive, Laws numbers for exclusive, Fighter Kirby exclusives, Okami Life Size Bust exclusives, and L and S.
Lincoln Server.
Lincoln Server. I'm not given those numbers? And the base, they're actually on the box. That information's
Not
up
officially
there.
on the website.
Okay, well, it's on the box, so.
Not
Look at the packaging.
everyone knows, right? So
Absolutely.
we still have to put that on. Lincoln Server Deluxe.
Okay, so that's on me. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I do apologise.
Right.
You.
Alright, okay, so basically a couple of shout outs this week. I wanted to give a shout out to Matt Johnson. He's been posting every single day about Yakuza, the TT. So last Friday Q&A, we were saying, yeah, let's rally all the Yakuza fans to vote that TT. And once we posted that, the last Thursday actually, yeah, so that's been doing okay on a daily basis. So props to Matt Johnson for posting that.
And he was on the lead up to it as well.
Yeah, every single day.
And that's actually, what's the numbers on that? Oh, you've got them here.
Just let me refresh.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Right now we have 215 yeses and then 203 nos. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's gone positive, yeah?
Yeah, it's gone positive. At least it's over 200 for now. So
yeah.
So keep that going, guys. Obviously, Yakuza 6 is the main game on the Sega booth at E3. So hopefully there's more hype for the game and more hype for merchandise.
I just seen Nick's joined us, so just a quick update on Zero. We have to, when we try to get it in, it was completely smashed. It was been such a long time that it hasn't been well maintained because we thought it was going to be vaulted anyways. So now we have to clean that up and get it fixed. So that's what we're working on, guys. So once we get that done, we can start thinking about launching that. Just because I saw Nick joined.
Right, well, there's plenty of Zero questions in the Q&A anyway, so
is there?
You need to answer that again anyway. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So another shout out to the Sega channel as well. So they posted a Sonic 25th anniversary post on their main page as well. So thanks to Sega for doing that.
Yeah.
And so hopefully once Sonic social media team has finished off with their E3 content, they'll be back on their social media to carry on posting the Sonic 25th.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And obviously we still have 3 more days to go before that to finish it.
Yep. The 20th of June.
20th of June. Okay, so guys, we have you done this week's TT yet? Not yet.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Phantasy Star Online. So that's TT number 55. Guardians and Hunters from the Phantasy Star Online series. There's a lot of Sega fans been joining us lately because over the Sonic 25th anniversary statue. So hopefully
not enough.
Not enough. Yes. So right now I'll just say there's 69 yeses and then 178 nos. So it's a long climb. I mean,
fight for your rights, guys, to PSO.
PSO. Right.
Okay, so guys, I'm gonna let you know the
winners first and then the hashtags.
Yes. Yeah? That is right.
Or do we do the TT? TT?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because I do the hashtag afterwards. Okay, guys. So next week TT is going to be another video game one, and this is going to be a shout out to Michael Berger, who's unfortunately just left the company, but
yeah, well, get well soon, mate.
Get well soon.
Get well soon.
I believe we're going to see him in New York, and that will be John Marston from Red Dead Redemption. Let's go. That's going to be next week's TT. Rally the fans. If you think that should be a statue that you like to see to get the F4F treatment, Red Dead Redemption, John Marston. I love that game. See what's up. Dream Crusher. So, let's just quickly go over last week's hashtag and the winners, and then we can talk about this week's hashtag as well.
There you go.
Okay, so last week's winners, we had 3 winners, and that the first one is a Claude Bouffard. Congratulations. Hey! Number 2 is Kevin Williams. What is up, Kevin? Congratulations. Hey! Last but not least, Stephanie Swan. Congratulations. 3 winners. What is up, Adrian? My Papa Davis is watching
Yeah.
from Budapest. I just saw him just jump up on
Nice.
on the stream. How's the weather over there? The weather in Hong Kong is pretty shit, Dad. I'm not gonna lie.
Right, so that's.
Hey,
what
Dad,
we-
when are you back from Budapest? Obviously, it's Father's Day. Those of you guys who are on the stream that have forgotten, it's Father's Day this Sunday. So, I need to speak to you, Dad. Are you back in time for Father's Day? Alexander Sanchez, we're working on Dracula. Go and have a look at our Trello board. We've just updated that as
Oh, we
well.
posted the Dracula as well. We
Yeah.
posted a signed profile.
Yeah, it's on the Trello board.
Somebody
Sunday
posted-
evening? Oh, that's going to be my Monday. Pops Davis. Alright, Dad, well, I'll speak to you on Monday then. But yeah, happy Father's Day for Friday, for Sunday, because I'm not going to have a chance to speak to you because I'll be sleeping. John Scabs, you're Uncle Scabs. Michael Lai, are you in Hong Kong? You're in Hong Kong, mate. Okay, so where are we?
We've done
Yeah.
that. We've done that. Now it's that.
Okay, so last week's winner, what was it? Hashtag F4F PSO or something like that?
Yeah, PSO
Okay.
last week's.
So this week, because it is, because it's going to be a tribute towards John Marston, we're going to call it hashtag F4F Red D. Red D.
Red D. Ready. Not ready, but red.
And then a D.
And a D.
What did Michael say it was from? Let me see. Oh, hello, Michael. Thanks for joining us. You're in Hong Kong, mate.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a daddy too.
Hashtag F4F.
Hashtag exactly what Samantha's written. Hashtag F4F Red D. Perfect. Those that are looking forward to... So there's going to be a chance for 3 people to win 500 reward points.
That was like Fred. So F4 Fred. Or F4,
F4F Red. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Not Red Bull, but Red D. The D.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Everyone's got it right.
Absolutely.
Not with a Y.
Papa Davis, I haven't seen your hashtag. F4F Red D, perfect. So good luck for those that are Red Dead Redemption fans.
Yep. You guys know there's a second game coming out, right?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Right, let me get my drink because this is going to be a long while.
All right. Okay. Cool. So let me bring up the Q&A. If you have some questions, so most of the time to ask the questions, if you have some questions that I've not have seen, because I don't always look at the comments when I'm going through this stuff, please put it into the Q&A questions as I go through them on the thread in the
To me.
on the thread.
To you.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Chocks just got it, and he's under the table, sorting me out with a very big sword. And we'll just hide that. Later on, we will be showing the size of Guts's mean machine. Okay.
This is Guts' head, yeah?
Is it?
I don't know.
I thought that was Mugen's.
Probably Mugen's.
Probably Mugen's.
You guys want to see it? You guys want to see the Mugen's head?
Let's see. I come in the club, and then he chucks it in.
Hashtag F4F Red D.
Chocks.
REDD.
And
Why is everyone streaming? Hey, Greg. Oh yeah, Greg's gonna do one more last stream for Sonic CD as well because obviously he's one last push for Sonic pre-orders until the 20th of June. So big up to Greg. Thanks for doing that. Sonic CD, one of the awesome games. And apparently it's going to happen this Saturday and Sunday. He's going to play Sonic CD on Saturday and hopefully a surprise on a Sunday.
I am Uncle Scabs. Okay. Yeah, Uncle Scabs, I've got 3 kids. Alright, let's do it. He's got another. So what? 355, and that's 3. Oh, yeah, that's more on that
Series
one.
less.
Yeah, there's more on that one. Yeah.
There's actually a big account.
What is up, Red Bull? Can you sponsor Chocks, please?
Yeah, I know you have a gaming site. Red Bull.
Latest Matthew, thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Okay. You're just about to miss. I'm about to answer your question, but never mind.
Hey, what?
Because he's like the second question in the Q&A, and he's about to.
Oh right,
about to
just
leave.
missed his own
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. Alright guys, here we go. A shout out to Jim Z, who was the guy who worked on that fantastic Sonic 25th
Yeah.
trailer. was really awesome. We put that on the main page, so shout out to you, Jim.
Yeah, I gave you some points. Check your messages.
Check your messages.
Check your PM. Yeah. What happened? What's it called when you get a PM but you don't see it? It's in the other one.
Yeah, so like you got to go to message requests.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go.
What's up, Angela? Why does your stream keep crashing? We're not crashing.
Yeah, because we're using the phone, so we're all okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let us hit it. Kicking it off. Starting off with number 1, Sav Canters says hi. Yo, Matthew Goggins. Sup guys? In the future, can we expect some polos like you guys wear in some of the documentaries? Maybe even a shirt with a massive F4F logo on the back, front. And the answer is yes. We're actually going to get some samples made. They're being made, and we should have them by next week. So we will see how that looks internally, and if it's good, we will stick it up as part of the core range. Sav Cantus, is Ornstein's spear going to be at an angle or straight up? It is going to be at an angle.
that angle.
You can't handle the straightness.
Sav, you want it like.
Okay, Austin Paul asks, do the Crash PVC exclusive numbers relate to the resin numbers? We want to talk a bit more about that later, and the answer is going to be yes.
What?
What?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright then.
Because it's part of the same line.
That's right.
Just because they're all, it's not like there is enough different lines within it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, yeah. Okay, so Jessica asks, how is that Phoenix Wright coming along? And the answer is, we got approval on the head, and I need to go to get a print on that. Thanks for reminding me. Celine Guardia, with the new Kirby game coming, what do we need for the Kirby line to continue? And the answer is, get us some Kirby fans. Sean Parker, how does your payment plan actually work? Is it just until the release, or kind of like a layaway type deal where you can keep paying it off? Very interested in a few statues. Well, what happens is we take what we estimate to be the end date of the product. So let's say it's January the 1st, we put the product up for launch, and we believe the product is going to be ready in the warehouse, let's say 1st of September. So we have 9 months, 8 months actually, so the 1st of September, so 8 months, right? So what would happen is on a 7-month plan, it would work out when the final date is, and then work backwards, and what happened though? It's from the penultimate date. So basically, what happens is the first month after a product closes for pre-orders, we start the payment plans on the bigger items. So for 7 months, so we do 7 or 4 months typically. Then, if the item has been delayed after taking like 6 out of 7 payments, we don't take the final balance payment until it's in the warehouse and done like that. Unfortunately, delays are quite normal in this industry. We don't like to hold your money longer than necessary, but people like the payment plan, so we have to sort of hope for the best that we're going to deliver it when we say we're going to deliver it. But of course, if they get pushed back, we certainly don't take the full amount. We always leave the balance until it's time to be taken. Hopefully that explains that. It's not a scenario where you can just put money into it when you want to do it. You have to, it gets taken all at once at a certain date, and we give that information as you place your order. However, in the future, long term in the future, we would like this situation where we can just simply put what you want, how much you want, when you want, at any given time towards a certain item. That is something that we're looking to in the future. Hi guys, did you manage to pick up any license potential opportunities at E3? We did not go, so no news on that, especially because for us it's all about Vegas for the licensing show there. Anthony Alvarado, any idea what we're going to see? Bosa, I mean the fully updated Majora's Mask. Well, I've submitted that to Nintendo. Hopefully, I asked them again today to make sure that they saw the submission. Hopefully, you can get some information on that. Lawrence Schwarzberg.
These names again.
It's new names, that's awesome, yeah? I like it.
These names getting trickier and trickier.
I was wondering if you guys would ever work on a Darksiders character if a license was acquired. I'm a bit disappointed that there isn't a solid War or Death statue And now that the game is getting a third installment with Fury after the whole THQ fiasco. Well, guys, that TT started off with no being more than yeses, and then over time more people pushed the yeses to be more than no's, and as it currently stands, 264 says yes and 250 say no. We know the guys at Nordic, and they've come to the office. They came to the office before we even had our cabinets. If you had an issue with your zero deposit money issues, please hit up CS. I can't answer that question for that. Of course, if it is a it could
very likely to be to do with an expired card, maybe, because we had one or two customers like that, and because it's been a while, their card expired, so the money was refunded back to the old card or something like that. That's
yeah. Gary is saying it's a good chance it's a placeholder for the full amount. It's a clearer processing.
But definitely hit up CS. Yeah, definitely hit up CS just to make sure.
Just to see what we think that we've actioned against it.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry, Darksiders.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so Darksiders, we know the guys very well over at Nordic, and as I said, the guy, you would have, maybe if you saw Victor Vran, if you haven't checked that out, go check it out, and Town of Light, done by my boys over at Wired Productions. Wired Productions is co-founded by one of my best mates back at school. So we went to high school together. Yeah.
High school.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We went to secondary. We did our GCSE. A levels and GCSEs together. He went on to
15, 16.
Sorry.
15, 16.
What's 15, 16?
The GCSEs.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And he went on to then join a company called Digital Jesters, which was a game's #1 game was something called The Crazy Frog Racing. Then went into something called Mercury Games, and then he set up his own company with another employee from the old company, and they set up Wired Productions. Well, one of the things that they did was produce for other people, publish for other people, and one of those people was Nordic, and Nordic then became this massive beast, and then obviously then became THQ Nordic. So my guy introduced me to the guys over at THQ Nordic before they even became THQ Nordic, and I knew that they had the Darksiders license back in the day. So when we ran that TT, the answer was I was disappointed to see more no's than yeses, but now I'm very happy to see more yeses than no's. However, to really action a license now, because there were so many opportunities to action licenses, that needs to be 450 at a minimum before we start looking at anything like new license wise, because we have so many licenses at the moment that we still needs our attention. So the answer to that is push those numbers up to 450 and then let's talk. Joshua Harmon, what are the technical specs of magnets you use in your statues? Mostly curious as what their type of magnet strength. If you know, don't have that information for you now, I'll get back to you on that. It's also to do with the size of it. Have you seen the size of the magnets I'm packing? Pretty much. Alex Walker. Hi, Alex and Chuckles. Hello.
Hello.
We are a few more votes away from reaching 400 yeses on the Helsing TT. Any word on whether or not it can come online? Yes. Did I say 400? I meant 450. John Joe War. How long until the next Zelda reveal? Not the slate we already know about that's coming. Well, the answer is, well, you know that we're working on Rider Link. Still waiting for feedback on that to go into the physical stage. Joshua Harmon. Will Ornstein be designed in such a way as to allow different poses with a spear, or will it be fixed in a single position? It will be fixed in a single position. Matthew Goggins saying it's Friday. Romeo Lightheart. How many licenses are you currently holding that we aren't aware of? Only a number will suffice. Okay, the answer is
25k.
If we have that one.
Yeah, 30k.
Okay, well, hold on. If we're gonna be
NYCC one.
If we're gonna talk about actual licenses rather than licensors, I can give the information is this.
Licenses or licensors?
He says licenses. So let's be okay. So we have.
Careful.
We have these two.
Right.
Yeah. This is
the one we always talk about. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, 25k. Okay. Well, those ones. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then we have the other two.
Yeah, I know. Sure the two.
Then we have that other one.
Yeah, I know. If you want.
Is that it?
Really? Really?
I think so.
Let me type it out so we can count.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his mate.
Yeah, and yeah, the
Yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah.
can't remember my name. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
yeah. Really?
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, wait, that's it. It was just until like 3 months ago. It was 7. Now it's 5 because we've announced Crash and Spyro.
Yeah.
So the answer to that is 5.
We need some more. No, we need to really concentrate on what we have on hand.
Exactly.
Make sure we satisfy the
Exactly.
fans.
Exactly.
Get them a few nice statues.
Exactly.
Yeah, get us to 25k.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we're getting
there, guys. 25k.
Let's go. 25th anniversary and the Crash information has really helped keep that going. So that's really cool. Okay, we are going to continue going on. Anthony Alvarado. Second question: do you all personally have a bunch of statues at home, and if so, which? I think this guy has got more statues than things, or just sort of toys and collections more than like furniture and stuff. So I don't. How do you even get home? Do you climb over shit to get to your bed, or?
Yeah, it's like tons and tons of boxes. It's crazy.
I have my collection in the office and in the warehouse in China. At home, not really, unfortunately. Okay, Imran, boom boom, yo, Randy Gerard. What price range are we looking for the Shaker Slate? And the answer is too early to say. Will it be able to move gigantic metal objects with the F4F Shaker Slate? So in the game, in case you haven't played it, there's a magnetic thing that it can do, power up, so it can pick up things and and wave it all around and smash it up and stuff like that. The answer is the question that someone was asking was, I promise I'll look into seeing the strength of our magnets that we use. Well, I'll get that information. If we can put that into the Shaker Slate, then see you can get on with that. James O'Connor, why a PVC for Crash who was a newer line and not for lines such as Sonic, Kirby, Dark Souls or Spyro? Is it because of the release of the Insane Trilogy or something else? Any chance? Okay, so the first question, for the answer to your first question, the answer is
bye, Sav.
Later, Sav. Okay, so when it comes to the Crash, when we dealt with Activision and we said we want to get this Crash license, it was for Classic Crash. There was no ifs or buts. It was just about that. Then they talked about actually seeing, were we interested in doing a PVC line for Crash, because they were thinking of trying to do that or get something, or they were possibly thinking about that. And I said, you know what, the timing of it is, even if we start now, I don't think it's going to be ready on delivery date of the game. So the time it's going to take you to get other licensors, possibly to make that thing, I guarantee you it will be even later. And the license, Activision agreed to that, and it was a massively amazing example of being in the right place at the right time, and we're very fortunate to have been in that scenario. So that is the reason why Crash PVC happened. And when you ask about the others, we don't have the licenses for these items. We asked Capcom, can we do PVC AMI? They said yes. But we have to actually, pitch it to licensors. We get licenses on the basis of doing resin. PVC is something very, very new to us, in the sense that we want to start making our own products and different lines on that. So if we wanted to do Sonic, we would have to go to Sega and negotiate a Sonic PVC license. And do the numbers make sense? Well, before 25th anniversary, I would have said absolutely it makes no sense to do that. Now, things have changed, and we have done some experience with Sonic before. Would it make sense to do a cheaper range of Kirby items with smaller ones? But, because the resins didn't do so well for us, I'm not particularly jumping at the idea of doing a PVC on that. So the answer to Crash was, hey, we wanted to be doing resins. That's what we proposed. And then when it came back to them, oh, by the way, do you have any experience with PVC? The answer is, yes, we do. Can we add it to the license? It's just before, because we were negotiating the license at the same time. They threw it in so we could do it all together. James O'Connor, what is a bayonet? You tell me, what World War era are we talking about? He's asked some other questions. Yeah. Will there be any chance of more Kirby statues on Warp Star coming out of the vault? And the answer is no. No, until I see there's huge buzz about people requesting Warp Star Kirby, doing this, doing that. No is the answer. Okay, Alex Hughes. Because I'm placing the order with the factory for Fighter Kirby, and it's like super low. I'm like, what's the point of even bothering with it, to be honest with you? Okay, so Josh, any plans for James O'Connor? Any plans for more PVC from lines that we haven't been announced yet? The answer is yes. Alex Hughes, when will you be contacting the Lucky Cat Mario buyers? Next week. That's on me. Sorry, that's not been done, because that's something I've got to discuss with the team, because it's going to be them individually contacting everybody. So it's it's not just sticking on Facebook. It's actually individually.
Stephanie Swan, you won last week's.
That's right.
Q&A.
Congratulations, Stephanie. You won last week's Q&A by adding in the hashtag F4FPSO this week. So congratulations. Chocks will contact you for your 500 war points. In case you've just joined us, hashtag F4FRedD for a chance to win 500 war points. 3 winners will be randomly selected next week. Joshua Harmon, what are your thoughts on the $800 Assassin's Creed Original Origins Collector's Edition? I thought that was very interesting, and I think that would do very well for Ubisoft.
Yeah, it looks really good. Looks really good.
It's very.
If you want us to do some for you as well, Ubisoft, hit us up. We're fans of Assassin's Creed.
Absolutely.
And Watch Dog and all the other Ubisoft titles. Rabbids.
What is up? Beyond Good and Evil. Talia Jones. That is a very cute picture of Sonic. Hey, we were actually thinking about this just this morning. Just dinner. We were thinking about this. What do you guys think? Maybe we'll put it into.
This is a nice one. This is the official merchandise. I almost bought that T-shirt. Had that kind of logo. It's quite cute.
The kind of half. It's like almost like a bust of Sonic in a 20. So it's in a sort of like the Wings logo at the very beginning of classic Sonic as it goes across, and he's sort of doing that. Maybe we should think about making that a little sort of almost like a prop.
Yeah. The wings, the intro, the title screen,
but with Sonic in there as well.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that idea? We'll put that as a poll, but let us know in the comments here what you think about that. Yeah. Okay, Nicholas Smith. Salutations. Many members of the club were let down by the sequence of the LED lights in the King Red Lion's base. You guys are great at paying attention to customer feedback. For future exclusive editions that contain light sequences, will it be possible to have them see them ahead so the Collectors Club can debate over pros and cons? And the answer is sure. Why not? Brendan Rostello, any more exclusive PVCs in the works? And the answer is yes. Alessio Bucci, I forgot to log on Tuesday and now have 4 points less. I'm sad now. By the way, my classic question, any news from Nintendo about the Vario suit? And I got a message from Nintendo to say that they are chasing him up. That they're chasing up Japan for that today, and hopefully we'll get some information early next week. Fingers crossed. Koyet Kosinko. I'm pretty sure I've seen that before. About the pre-order for Taki, when will it start? Most likely beginning of next year, or it might be slipped into early end of this year. In case you haven't seen, I've updated the Trello board, which is the pre-order calendar. When we'll have a proper Donkey Kong statue, the answer is let us see how well Bowser does, because we think that Donkey Kong should be in the same scale as Mario. Bowser. That would make
same scale as Bowser.
as Mario.
As Mario.
Well, Bowser is the same size as Mario, so Donkey Kong should be the same size as Mario as well. So they all are on the same scale. So if we can prove that expensive statues of big items just so they stay in scale work, then that is something that we will look into for Donkey Kong. James Bennington, now that Sonic 25th is doing well and Metal is out the door, what would you like to see done with Sonic, and what pieces are on your mind to get done? Well, James, you just jumped ahead there, so thinking about doing that Sonic title screen.
The title screen with the wings and the
bust on that. That's something we're thinking about. But I definitely really like the idea of doing the Tails holding Sonic for that. Alex, are you okay? You seem to be gripping your chest a lot.
Yeah.
Am I?
I don't know. You got. It seems like you want to burp or something. You keep going. There you go.
Just seeing how. Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine. I know that you guys would kill me if I don't get Midna out in time, so maybe
working on it, guys. Making it special.
Absolutely. Where are we at? Okay.
Brenton. Yeah.
Brenton Friedli. Will the new exclusive Crash PVC be hand-numbered or machined? And the answer is hand-numbered. What will be shipping cost for Crash? And the answer is about $15 if you're in America, $20 if you're in Europe, and more expensive other places. Are any new Zelda dioramas in the work or very promising thoughts? When you say Zelda dioramas, do you mean Zelda pieces? If you do mean Zelda pieces, the answer is yes. If Nintendo came out with an amazing Star Fox this time around, would you consider making more from that line? Hey, we're big fans of Star Fox, so yes is the answer to that. Jean Deloube, will you consider doing deluxe editions for extra parts, like a bust or a base for the exclusive parts? And the answer is, I've not really thought about it, but Chocks showed me some examples of other people making sort of busts for like extra heads and stuff like that. And that was quite interesting.
Stands and stuff.
It's something that's, something to be looked into.
Something that adds more cost.
But maybe we add it as a extra, for example.
Yeah, okay. I'll come back. We'd always release them later as separate pieces as well, right?
No, possibly. James Bennington, can we be expecting more core line stuff that hats weren't enough? The answer is yes. We're going to be starting on t-shirts but next. Cedric Bardot, have you considered making an Eastern statue on his own? Would it be technically possible to make a resin norigami in a glass jar? Okay, interesting questions. And that would be a nice idea actually, a life-size Isun. Maybe that's something we can look into. But wait a sec, we made a life-size Isun on Ami's bust.
On his own.
Angela, can we get another look at Shiranui? Let that get further down in development. That's quite. If you've seen the pre-order calendar, I want Shiranui to be the first item that we launch in January. That's my hope and plan. The very first product of the new year, 2018, should be Shiranui. And the reason is, of course, it was the first product launch in 2016 was Ami, so 2 years later it will be Shiranui, so that'd be interesting. Ricky Underdog Pal, you said last week that you were looking into utilizing your logistics expertise. Does this mean you're looking into being a distributor for other smaller company pieces? And the answer is yes. And we are going to be announcing more on that in the coming weeks. We have 2 items already lined up, and we're really excited to be talking about that. And it's going to be something new for us to absolutely start doing that. Once we get into talking about that, we would love to hear your suggestions in the future, but let us just get through the first 2 that we have up for grabs, and that's going to be something new. It's going to be under our F4F partnerships lines, and very excited about that. Joe Kanaki, any news on Symphony of the Night Alucard? It's been a long time since we've heard anything from him. The answer is I saw the paints of the revised head and the other bits and bobs, and the answer was it needs some work, but it's moving, guys. It's moving. I said last week as well. So the things that we're working on: Spyro, 25K. What else was there? Alucard were the three the sort of things that are currently at the top of the priority list for the painter.
Come on, painter.
Joe Kanaki, Helsing's Alucard was the most successful TT ever with nearly 400 yeses. Can we have a confirmation that the license has been acquired? Hitting 400 does not mean anything in terms of you can have anything reach 400. I still need to go to the licensor. I still need to negotiate it, and it still needs time to get that done. First of all, that is not a quick and easy thing to do. However, Helsing would definitely be much easier because we already had an initial conversation with Funimation in Vegas, to which they were like, okay, I really want to see 450 to really start thinking about actioning it, because as we were saying, we have 5 unannounced licenses, we have a swathe of other licenses that we already have announced that we need to work on. I've seen other companies announce licenses, get licenses, and have fans get a lot of goodwill for that company only to see that erode over time because it takes such a long time for them to be made. When we have so many licenses, we have to be incredibly selective with the bandwidth when we get a new license. So the answer is we won't just do that lightly. And when we do get one, we want to make sure that it's worth and sells well. So these are some of the business things that we need to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Is that lightning?
Really?
I think so, maybe.
Yeah, flashes in your...
But
you know, flashes.
But personally, I'm really excited for a possible Helsing light, just for your reference. For Taki, can you please try to add the extra mask head for what will probably be her definitive statue? She didn't have that in SK in Soul Calibur 2. I can't just make shit up. Because, you know, Project Soul will have an issue with that. Cedric Bardot, can we please have a Trigun TT? I believe recently that some other companies have done some TT, some Trigun stuff, so I'm less excited about that. First 10 people get a shout out, what is up? And that will kick that in with, what is up, Cedric Bardot? How's it going? Jordan Rudy, yo! Anthony Alvarado, arbitrary comment, what is going on? Anthony, Joe Kanaki, what? Ricky Honorable Pal, Skadoosh! Mark De Jong, yo! We have Robert Van der Uver, what is up, Robert? Chandler Barter in the house, what is going on? We have Mr. Talon, Vincent Windish, what is going on? And last but not least, Damien Estes, boom! Shout out. All the others, you snooze, you lose. Randy Gerards, when will you open pre-orders for the life-size Ami torso where the bastard hooked into? I love that idea.
No, it's how
That's a
much
great
more
idea.
can we start off from the other end first. We'll start off with the tail, right?
With a butthole.
Yeah, and then we'll work our way back up.
That's actually quite a good idea. It's like, you know, assembling by pieces and then you slot it all together.
We'll make the lower half as a chair so you can sit on the flat bit.
Absolutely. Mark De Jong, are there any plans in the work for more Breath of the Wild resin figures like NPC ones? There are more plans for Breath of the Wild resins, absolutely. Rider Link is all we've announced so far. We want to get further down the line with that before we start looking at others or announcing anything else. Mm-hmm. Dylan Scott Gall, what games are you most looking forward to that was showcased at E3 this year? What is up, Metroid? Chocks?
Are you looking forward to that was showcased from E3 this year? Ooh, the new game from BioWare.
Anthem,
yeah. There's actually quite a few games that I'm quite interested in, and quite a few games that I'm disappointed that it wasn't announced. Yeah, I don't want to name names, but yeah, just talk about the ones I'm looking forward to.
Yo.
Yeah.
Is E3 finished now?
Is he
Yeah,
it's finished
yesterday, yeah.
It's pretty much, it's just live.
So the things that we expected them to announce, they didn't announce?
They didn't announce it. Yeah. The things we expected they announced, but they never announced it.
It'd be a very different Q&A if they had announced it.
Why did they tell you that, but it was never announced?
Maybe they didn't say it was going to be at E3.
Ah.
Could have been something else.
Maybe saving it for TGS.
Or Gamescom?
Nah, usually bigger stuff is at TGS.
Indeed. Mark Johnson is the... Oh, there's a C more, and it starts with 1. Oh, it's only 2, it's okay.
Alright.
Number 1. Is the 25k reveal a brand new license, and have we seen any sneaks for it ever?
Ooh,
the answer is...
Zip it. Zip, 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 zip. Come on,
2.
almost there, man.
Will Mario and Yoshi be similar size to Bowser? The answer is no. It will be the size of Mario and Yoshi. So the answer is exactly the same size as they are in the scale. So Mario will be the same size as the other Mario, and Yoshi, which you can see, it's almost like another Mario. So yes, it will be big, and it'll be expensive, but you know, it's the scale. It's the scale. P.S. How's the paint job on Banjo-Kazooie coming along? It is going really, really well, except for I ran out of whites and I couldn't quite finish painting up that polar bear. But Bazooie's green is looking absolutely stunning. The layering effect on that is Pascal Mouchard, I'll be watching maybe the first 30 minutes since your break is till 10:30. Whoops. I'd try to listen after at work. How are Ami's modifications coming along? Which were what? The internal,
the paint job. Nice touch-up paint jobs.
Because of the 9-month or 10-month payment plan, it means that we have ignored Ami for a while, because there's no point in starting the production process until payment plans kick off. So we're waiting for payments to go through before we start working on that. Once we start going in, because once we start doing the modifications, we go into production. So it all goes at the same time. So when we go closer to production, that is when we will be doing those modifications, and we'll be showing you guys updates on that.
Yep.
2. Is Crash PVC the last pre-order of Q3? Well, bearing in mind that the end of Q3 is the 30th of June, or is it 31 days of Q2?
Q2
is the 30th of June.
Yep.
You would think that the answer is yes, and the answer to that is no. 3. Decided last week to pre-order the Shaker Slate, so wishing to know if decided to put the lights on it with the effect of silver, which is the best at the moment. Thank you very much for deciding to order that. The price is $3 million. We only need to sell the one to you to make it worth it. And the answer is the lights for the exclusive is absolutely something that is very much in the forefront of our development minds.
There's going to be lights?
I mean, what? Who would have thought? 4. With Silver and Sonic 25th being the best in terms of lighting effect, what is your plans for future figures in that aspect? We don't want to just add lights for lights effects just for light's sake. We want to add it for reasons, and when we see each project, we see how that comes along and what the reason is for. Number 5. I would personally love a F4F Zelda from Wind Waker. Is there still any chances? The answer is sure. In between the Breath of the Wilds and the next, we can revisit those. Becca McCookie, I may humbly request a gut sneak. I know his grey model will be at some expo. I'm dying from longing. The answer is we will be showing his sword in about, let me see how much longer we've got here. Shit. About 30 minutes.
Stick around, guys.
Okay, I'm going to go through these faster then, okay?
Yeah.
Kurt Spence, please explain the build process for the grass on the 25th anniversary. We will show you pictures of that when it's done. You just stick it in and you just put it out. Because the moulding is silicone, there is a degree of movement in that. Uncle Scabs, are there any plans to do PVC lines for the soul lines? Let us know if you're interested in that. Will you think that would generate enough orders for that? We'll be interested to see what you guys have got to say about that. If there's enough support for that, or something we'll look into. Ashley Gurley, because there's a whole license renegotiation for all that. Would you guys consider producing smaller scale polystones like 1/6? The price for 1/4 isn't a big deal, but the size can be rather difficult to display. The answer is we are still doing 1/6.
Yep.
Hey, Spyro is 1/6, so we are not moving away from that.
Yep.
So we have a range of both, but and some of the Dante's 1/6, etc., etc.
Yep.
Joshua Gilly, we want different spear positions for Ornstein. is that going to happen? The way he's standing is, you know, he's like standing, so you can't really do too much about that. We have a nice cute picture from Ali with a, is it a GIF?
Yeah, but I don't want to click on it. It's going to
It's
take
a
a different thing.
That's cute. It's a little corgi. We have Christian, Randy. What are your thoughts on the newly announced Buso amiibo? Looks very, very nice. And there's something up okay, Chandler. Number 1, hypothetically speaking, if you were given the opportunity to design a Princess Zelda based on Breath of the Wild, which of her outfits would you like to use? Traveler's outfit, blue, or the white? Or blue, royal, or white? And that's a conversation that we would have to actually have with Nintendo if we were going to have that conversation.
She does have nice outfits, but...
question to number 2 is... The answer to number 2 is what? Which outfit do you think Nintendo would push for? The answer is, well, I don't know. And number 3, have you decided on who the next Breath of the Wild will be after Rider Link? The answer is... maybe?
Maybe, but that is not even an answer to the question.
Joseph Griggs. Luigi's Mansion, will it ever happen? The answer is... we don't have anything to announce on that at this stage. Stephen Reed, number 1. When can we look forward to a 0 pre-order? We need to see when I can get the revised countersample, and that will be something I need to work with the factory on that. As soon as we do that, we can work on that.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, how is Alphonse, Edward, Meadow Ridley, and Shovel Knight coming along? Alphonse is coming along nicely.
Mm-hmm.
That's still this year, I think Q4 for pre-orders. Edward is next year, just finalising the face. Meadow Ridley is going into, haven't started printing that, should go to printing soon. And Shovel Knight has been submitted to Yacht Club Games, and they are reviewing it. Okay.
Shovel Knight.
Michael Richards. Given the promise you've had with Lucky Cat Mario, which you're presuming is shipping this quarter, have you completely crossed electroplating off? The answer is, as long as people can be managing their expectations, but pretty much, yeah, I'm not a big fan.
That post that I posted with like a whole bunch of like half a dozen cat Marios, Lucky Cat Marios in that post, that picture in the club. There's been quite a lot, like lately, there's been quite a lot of feedback saying, hey, I ordered this, I understand the situation, and I still want it.
Well, that's great to hear.
I saw like 5 or 6 comments saying they still want it, because they know it's going to be a rare thing, and those little dust particles is just part of being a resin thing, you know.
Right.
So there's no perfect statue
right
there, and I think those guys are understandable, but we still need to...
So the guys who put their money down for the pre-order?
Yeah. But would it put us off? No, it won't, because hopefully down the road, when the factories are more cleaner and they improve their processes.
Can you remind me exactly how much shit do you do with production? Well, I was going to say, oh yeah, no, we're not put off. I'm totally put off. You might not be, because you don't deal with that shit, but I do put off as hell.
Like 10 years later, you know, electroplating could be, you know...
Nah, man.
The next big
more
thing.
And more government, because it's like dirty as hell.
It is.
More and more governments
it's
are like
tight.
local governments are like cutting that shit out.
Yeah.
They're like, those shops, those places are getting cut out.
So we better start doing it before it gets cut out.
Well, that is another alternative, absolutely. Okay.
Oh dear.
What if a revised method was available? For example, only electroplating one body part at a time. Mario was one massive piece. That's the point. What if, for example, one body part or vacuum seal enclosure to plate? You know, the vacuum sealed enclosure, that doesn't happen. Factories don't have vacuum sealed dust-free places. David Moran, will chaos be a possibility for the Sonic line not being in trouble now? You know, for something as niche as a chaos like that, I believe, was it you that Rana was asking for that? I would need to see some serious support for that. Just like I asked for Ripto, just like I asked for Cinder.
The Chows,
yeah?
The Chows.
Secondary characters need to justify their existence in the line. Amy had to justify it. She didn't make the cut. If we run a poll for Chow and it hits 400, 500 people saying they want it, hey, then we'll do it. That's how it comes down
And all
to.
the million coloured variants.
Absolutely. Jefferson Gubler, how close are we to seeing the entire updated Majora's Mask? And the answer is, you know, hopefully soon. It's been made, it's sitting over there. But I need big ends for that. Where is my Happy Mask salesman? Let's talk about that after Breath of the Wild is done. Matthew Goggins, the last time I asked this, exactly correct. Randy Gerards, do you have a statue shrine at home as well, or all your statues are displayed at F4F HQ? They are at HQ and boxed up in the China warehouse. Cedric Bardot, it's me again. Hello. During question and Q&A number 22, oh yes, okay, that one, you said that you would include an art print for more exclusive figures.
Yeah, I remember that one.
If you are sure it's not going to be a low number, then Penda asked in the chat, could you not have an option to add an art print for $5 extra? Well, you could, but more than 5. If you think it costs $5 to even make it, you'll be sadly misunderstood. And this is a perfect time to show you £5. Okay.
Yeah.
Go and have a look at Sideshow. You tell me if you can find one for £5. Speaking of which, this was in the house, and we wanted to show you guys this.
The reason why art prints are quite costly, and it's not we just print one and that's it. We have to print a lot. So there's a minimum order. The factories has a minimum order, so they say they need a minimum of 500 prints or whatever.
So when you look at what happened with King, we had to make a minimum of like 1,000 of them, right? Yet our total orders are like 150 of each or some shit like that, right? So we have like 700 of them that are literally just going to sit there and do nothing but like be burnt, because we have to make a minimum of 1,000. So that's the reason why the cost per piece for those 300 pieces that were made, not even the 300 pieces, it's more like 200 pieces that are made. The 1,000 is divided by 200 rather than 1,000 being divided by 1,000. So that's the point for that. So now you understand the business behind it. Here we go, guys. We showed you the art print proof for the Dark Souls Sith. I'm very happy to now show you that we have the final pre-production sample for the where's Sav? Wake him up. Here it is, guys. All you dangalangs, post this in your club as well. Screenshot this. So we're going to show you it. Here we go, guys. And we're going to start with the front. And as we said, this is the same as the print proof. And what we said that's different from the print proof as we go down here is we were adding a silver foil here. Now you can see it there.
Shiny, shiny.
Just to add a nice little premium finish onto that there. You can see it going across there.
Yeah, bling bling.
Okay, bling bling.
Bling
All right.
bling.
So that's come out. So obviously you guys couldn't see that in the print proof. Now we flip this around.
Go around the back. What does it say on the back? Ooh, it is lightning.
It's lightning, yeah?
Yeah, it is lightning.
So you can start from the top, and then you can see we have the edition size, the edition number here. This is number 1. And obviously the logos, the copyright information, the Dark Souls logo coming down. Yeah, even the envelope, you can see, Jessica, we're not messing about with the envelope either. And you can see we've added that. It says here, the flames will fade and only dark will remain. And those that would remember from the previous video would have noticed that we said remain was remain. Remain. Oh no, was it like it was Remian or something like that. Remian. But I figured you guys wanted to have it correctly spelled, so we made sure that's the reason why we do these print proofs. Remain. So that is that nicely done in dark in the foil there. And of course, when you actually open up and you take out your print proof as well, here's the actual. Now, of course, don't forget, guys, this is how should I say it? It is flipped. So we'll start from the top down. We'll go down, and we have here. This one is number 2, so it's incorrect. So as you can see how that is, and obviously over here you can see the subtle F4F logo. It's in gloss UV, so it's quite subtle. And you can go down there, and you can see the great job by Gus for making this art print for Sif. And of course, if you look around the edges, you will see that that has a nice silver foil going through.
Nice little pattern going across around the border.
Around the border, so you can see how that is also reflecting there as well, just to give it that little bit more pop. So when you frame it and you walk past it, your eyes will be caught by the edges of the border. Then you'll focus your attention on here, and if you see it just at the right angle, you'll catch our logo as well. It's supposed to be there to be subtle. And of course, guys, there is an Easter egg in here with all our art prints. There's a little something hidden in there, so make sure you can find that as well. Okay, guys, so that is that. Make sure you bang-a-langs, share that in the club, and you can show that you know, when Sav's away, at least you got his back by posting stuff in the group as well. Hope you guys like what you saw there. So the answer is, would you guys want to see us doing more art prints for different lines? You know, maybe that's something we could talk about. But it's certainly not £5. Okay.
£5 will get you 1 inch by 2 inch.
Okay, so Giovanni, with Assassin's Creed new installment on the horizon, would you ever consider getting the license back so you can do polystone versions? I think Ubisoft has pretty much covered that themselves, very much like Blizzard does their own stuff. I think Ubisoft did their own stuff as well. Matthew Bingham, what new licenses are you hoping you acquire for next year? The answer is, we're happy with what we've got, but there are a few things that we, you know, we've always got our eyes on. Can we see the Banjo-Kazooie, please? What is Banjo-Kazooie? I've heard this before. I think it's a massive rip-off of Banjo-Kazooie.
All we know is Bear. We work really close with Bear.
Bear's Banjo-Kazooie is like a fantastic game on the N65.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the N65, right?
Classic.
Yeah. Everyone loves that Nintendo, right?
Nintendo.
Okay. Danny Jr. Any possibility you guys get started on a life-size Fierce 80 miles? If you haven't already, just so maybe we can jump the gun on the approval process. The answer is, you know what, that is something that we've talked about. We saw that there was quite a lot of people. We actually ran a poll, do you remember, Chocks? What would be the next in the Majora's Mask life-size line?
Yeah.
We need to sort of look into that. Sean Spell, nothing to sort of say about that right now. Sean Spell, with a high-performance Metroid right now from E3, and obviously Sean is very happy about that, being a massive Metroid fan, but with 2 new Metroids games coming along, Nintendo going as far as to say that this will be the year of Metroid. Do you think we'll see more Metroid stuff released in general around the release, like Breath of the Wild? The answer is, you know, I don't know about their plans, but hopefully it's going to be a good year for Metroid fans.
I'm sure Sean Spell knows that it was announced on the show with just the logo and stuff, so they just kind of like announced they're starting the development, because Reggie mentioned that usually when they announce titles, they want people to have hands-on experience. That's why they announced Mario, and then people can play it right away so they can understand the mechanics and the gameplay, and that's why the game is coming out in October. But with Metroid, they heard loads of people want Metroid, but they need to, well, they announce it now, but it doesn't mean it's going to come out this year. It could take a couple of years. So that might be, you know, perfect timing for us to do something about that as well. So we'll have to see. Damn, Nintendo, man, I know the stuff. Yeah, so hopefully
You're not going there.
Yeah, hopefully pick up
I better say, hopefully pick me up.
no. Hopefully pick up the couple of new Metroid amiibos as well. They're pretty sweet. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully.
There's a lot of new amiibos. There's 13 or something.
There's 13 announced amiibos this year. Oh my god.
Amiibo fans are going to be very happy with those. Mark Johnson, how's the blind pre-order for Bowser coming along? The answer is that's a development issue, because you know we know exactly what we want to do and how to get it done, but that's a website issue. Greg Michalowski, any updates on the Zero pre-order launch? And the answer is hopefully we can get that done after the factory finishes the countersongs. In terms of the Bowser, in terms of bass we need Zero to do well before we take him out of the vault. Okay, Alexander Sanchez, can we get a life-size Babe Metroid capsule now that Nintendo announced 2 Metroid games?
Got some more questions.
That would be interesting. I've always been a fan of that concept. Have all PVC? You know, maybe that would make more sense. Oh, let's keep it going, yeah? Okay, Luigi's Mansion with King Boo. How possible? The answer is we are focusing on Bowser, Mario and Yoshi. Let's see how those do, because the Tanuki Mario and the Cat Mario didn't do massive numbers, so slightly concerned about that. So we'll have to see how that will go for Luigi's Mansion. I know it's the same people asking for Luigi's Mansion rather than a lot of different people. What is up, Joseph? Shane Gorsk, Luigi's Mansion, is that your alternate account right there? Okay. With King Boo, can you make the blue transparent and have the exclusive version of Boo that lights up? That sort of stuff is absolutely bread and butter for us. We could do that in a heartbeat. That is it.
Well done.
Will you do us the honor of sharing this stream? We are going to show you Guts' sword.
Guts.
What is Guts, guys? It is time to show you that. So please do us the honor of sharing that out. Much appreciated, and we will get you, and you'll see it very, very soon.
Berserk.
This is the Berserk Guts. Those, I think there's a lot of overlay between Guts and Berserk and Dark Souls. So we know we have some Dangalangs in the house. So I appreciate those guys who are actually sharing out the stream. Really appreciate that. We've got Tyler, whose actual video is, his profile is actually of Guts. So there you go. So much appreciated. Just about finished. So yeah. So we can show Guts. Done. And then so we show Guts. Do the and then do the and then
that. Just a reminder.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay, so as we wait for it, in case anybody else joins us, go ahead and talk about that then.
Yeah. All right, guys. So before we show Guts, well, careful.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're looking at that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So yeah, before we show Guts' sword, just a sword, right?
Just a sword.
Just a sword, the Dragon Slayer. Yeah, we're not showing Artorias the sword. But Guts the sword. But anyway, before we do that, you still have a chance.
Are we doing numbers? What do you mean, Alex?
Numbers?
I don't know. I'm asking. James White, yes, I did drink that over the stream, and yes, I will need to go for a wee soon.
Yes, me too. So
love you, Monya.
See you, Monya. Oh, right. She's not saying go. She's not. She's staying, but she's not there. Okay. So yeah. So as you guys know, 2-week pre-order is almost up for Sonic 25th anniversary. So if you're still on the fence, you still have until next Tuesday, the 20th of June, to pre-order. If you have any issues with your order, if you want to pay by PayPal, please make sure you send an email to CS through the contact us form, and our staff will look into that and create an order for you. And yeah, so a couple more days left for the exclusive version. So that is definitely doing all right so far. So hopefully those guys that are still on the fence, please jump on that. And there's also a photo contest in the Collectors Club as well. That ends on the same day as the pre-order ends. There's been quite a lot of entries, probably like over a dozen at least. So keep on sending those photos, and then after that has ended, we will create another poll. Well, we will choose 10 potential winners from that group of entries, and then we'll create a poll in the club for you guys to select which favorite photo that you like, for a chance to win reward points. The reward points are going to be very similar to the last time that we did in Christmas. So I think it was like 3,000, 2,000, and 1,000, something like that. Very similar. So keep an eye out for that. So that should appear sometime next week. So yeah, and next Friday will be a preview Friday. So please join us next Friday for that. The preview Friday is going to be the Crash Bandicoot. So we will give out more information about that product, and immediately after the stream we will also do we'll post the documentary video for Crash Bandicoot as well. So lots of things coming up.
I'm not sure what Moran is so excited about. I haven't announced anything about Zelda, but they're saying to look at our faces when we talk about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Based on Alex's responses, she is pretty much confirmed.
I have an amazing poker face, honestly. I'm amazing at poker. I have I keep losing at poker. Company poker, I keep losing. Alex, those law numbers are very, very low. Here we go, guys. We are going to now debut the Guts' sword.
Make sure you get your screen grab button ready.
Here we go, guys. It's coming in from the side.
Yeah.
Everyone loves just the tip. Done.
Whose tip is that?
Just the tip. Just the.
We can make that sword as big as we want by
We could do.
going close.
We could do.
Yeah.
So I'll bring it a bit further back.
Yeah.
What is up, guys? And it's obviously not got the handle on here.
Mm-hmm.
The handle comes up at the bottom, but you know, that's sort of like, if imagine there's a handle there, you gotta sort of a good thing going on there. Oh God, my eyes are streaming. Oh Jesus, Chocks.
Yeah.
Oh my eyes.
For that. So right now it's resting on the desk.
Resting on the desk.
It's like some sort of monument, doesn't it?
It does look like a monument, yeah.
A famous monument there. So this is that bone, and then what can we use? What can we use to size comparison?
Why don't we get out his?
Breath of the Wild Link.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild Link. You guys know how? You guys know what's the size for Breath of the Wild Link, right?
Is that like a one that's broken, or is it okay?
Yeah, it should be alright.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. This one's okay. So you guys know that the Breath of the Wild Link is 11 inches in height.
10 inches.
10
sort of
is it
9,
10?
sort of 9.
Mm-hmm.
No, sort of like 10. 9 and a
Oh yeah,
half,
sorry,
like
10, sorry, yeah.
that. Or just the top of the thing.
Yeah, top of the bowl. So...
Go grab Orny spear. And... Do we... What was it?
It's
Connected to the body.
to the...
But is it connected to the hat, to the body?
Yeah.
The whole thing's connected to one piece, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what we want.
Yeah, no, it is, yeah, this is what...
Yeah.
You know, what I want and what I get is very different sometimes in the production team.
Expectation and reality. That's what you tell you, mate. Expectation and reality.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, all I can say is, you know, in terms of Mona Lisa asking whether or not we're going to be making any Zelda.
Guys, it's not just... Right now it's unpainted, and this video is not grabbing the perfect details, but look at it. You know, we make sure there's details here, you know, all the scuff marks, you know, all the nice little grooves and chips, you know, as though, you know, he's been slaying all these, you know, all these, I forgot the word. What's the word in the anime, in the manga he uses? Not gargoyles, it's not that, it's definitely apostles, that's the word, that's it, apostles, so yeah. So
You said, Alex says, if someone tries to rob my house and I've got Artie's sword and Guts' sword, shing shing.
Yeah, and Sif.
Yeah, I mean that's something, and don't forget, of course, this is, you know, Artorias is actually bigger than Guts overall if they're both standing side by side.
Volume, right? You say volume?
I just mean, like, if Artorias was standing perfectly straight,
right,
he's about 20 inches tall, maybe a little bit longer, right?
Mm.
Because he's quite gangly and long,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Because he's bent down, you can't sort of see that.
Way bigger than a normal human.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas for Guts,
Guts,
he's like 18 inches standing tall, like he's a regular 6-foot human, right? With this on it, though, the way it just looks that much bigger because, of course, he's that much smaller compared to the size of the sword. Now this is like chunky as hell. It's probably, you know, it's quite similar in length to Artorias' sword, but of course, Artorias himself is bigger.
Yeah.
So it looks like,
For a human, it's a massive sword.
which is what it's all about.
This is what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly. So, Mona, I don't even know what you're talking about. I haven't announced anything about Zelda, but hey, we love you too. So, you know, in terms of the size of Guts compared to the sword, it looks really nice and big. It makes it look bigger than it really is when you compare it to Artorias and Artorias himself and Artorias' sword, because the sword doesn't look so big when you see him next to Artorias, whereas this, because of Guts being smaller than Artorias in comparison, makes it look that much bigger, which is the point. Which is the point. And guys, the overall composition of the thing is absolutely. I mean, we've got it in the office now. It's really, really something that we're excited to show off, and it's really exciting to sort of show that.
So. Yeah, can't wait for it to be painted up.
Absolutely. Alright guys, no hands. So that stands up, and that's standing up on the bottom over here. You can see that's flat on the bottom there. You can see the sort of details of that as well. So the price range on this, it's a bit early to say, but we're aiming for it to be approximately.
No, nah. It's too early. It's way too early. But
you guys, you just seen real time slapping.
You will not be disappointed. That's all I can say. Price wise, yeah. You're gonna go wow. You wanna go bang. Alright? Yeah?
As I said,
bang, wow.
I'm waiting for your permission to actually keep talking. So that's why I'm silent. But absolutely. So guys, thank you so much for joining us this stream. It's coming to a close. It's been a lovely 2 hours already, hasn't it?
Is that longer than last week?
1 hour and 50 minutes, yeah. Tyler thinking it's 400.
Really?
You'll be very lucky, mate. The overall size is way bigger than Artorias. The overall composition, all the materials, so it can give you a bit of an idea of what we're talking about. But yeah, James, it's significantly bigger than Artorias once you see the whole composition. So guys, it is coming up to the good 2 hours, and we'd like to say thank you so much for joining us for this week's number 24 of the live stream. We will be back again this time next week, where we will be debuting.
Yes, preview Friday. I'm just saying, because next preview Friday or Crash Bandicoot preview Friday is going to be number 25. That'd be perfect. We could hit 25k on 25.
We are not prepared to hit 25 next week. There's a lot of shit we got to do before that.
But like 25, boom. Come on, guys.
Nah, man. Don't do it, guys.
Please.
Stick it on 24,999. That's all good.
25k.
I won't accept any more members.
25k. Come on. It's been too long.
So, whilst you're thinking about that,
about
25k, just wanted to say, I think.
What?
Yeah, just to say that I think we've not. This looks a little bit bent, but it's actually the setup of the
It's just slightly not on the.
No. It's the setup of the thing, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to say, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We are going to drop a feeding frenzy in the group. It's going to have 83 members. Going to get a chance to win 100 reward points when I drop the code. So make sure you hang out in the club to get those reward points. The next week will be the debut of Crash, although obviously you've seen a lot of it, but we're going to, in fact, most of it we've already sort of given out. But of course, it'd be nice just to sort of physically show it.
Yeah,
a
we'll
bit more.
Talk about it in the process, how it went from A to B, etc.
We'll be dropping a documentary that week, that Friday evening.
Yeah, so we can double confirm. We've already confirmed the pricing, just to confirm the shipping with the rest of the people that are joining us on the preview Friday, the new members and new viewers. Obviously,
it's a bit tight, isn't it, Megan? I need to go on a diet.
And obviously we'll show the actual product as well, have that 360 going on nicely. The exclusive version will come with a numbered base, a nice little sweet base.
I honestly don't know how people are thinking that.
What?
That we've announced Zelda when we totally haven't announced Zelda. I don't even know who it. Sorry,
we need to watch back all the video and see. When
honestly, can I just ask? What even is a Zelda? What is a Zelda, guys? What is a Zelda? Because I have no idea.
This is Zelda.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already made Zelda.
I already made Zelda.
I don't even know what anyone's talking about. Cedric wants us to compare it, the Dragon Slayer, to the arm. So sorry, without trying to take you out. So the tip of my finger here, if I bring it up to my wrist there, it's right up to my shoulder. So, in fact, this is an example of Assassin's Creed on heat. Look at that. You imagine like you're out, yeah. You're going around like this.
Yeah, so this is like your standard
You know, like Assassin's Creed, right?
Yeah.
And you do like it's got like the little thing.
Yeah, that's
hidden up
down.
your thing. It's hidden up your sleeve. And you go, will be pretty. Hit me up, Ubisoft, if you want to make something that size.
In comparison to an, yep.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 4.5, sort of.
Just the blade itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not including the handle as well.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Kevin Williams, I just saw joined. You won 500 reward points. Chocks will be hitting you up for last week's winner. The hashtag. We're gonna go, guys, now. So make sure if you just joined us, hashtag F4F Red D, because next week the TT will be on Red Dead Redemption. Will be John Marston for that. So good luck for those fans of that. There will be 83 points, 83
Reward codes.
Well, can be entered in 83 times by 83 different people, and make sure that you guys get a chance to enter in for that. We'll be dropping that within 15 minutes after going offline.
Yeah.
So guys, those that have joined us for the whole stream, shouldn't you be doing something else? Thank you very much for doing so. Thank you so much for those that join us at any given time as well. Much appreciated. As you know, guys, we love hanging out with you guys on a Friday night. Much appreciated. We will see you again next week. Next week will be the debut of Crash, etc., etc. And as always, we'll be seeing you throughout the week in the club. As always, lots of love. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm your host, Alex.
And Chuckles.
F4F is love.
F4F is life.
Peace. We'll see you in the club, guys. Mad love.